Pod moving and storage. For quality and verification purposes, all inbound and outbound calls are recorded. If you're calling for personal or family moving and storage, please press 1. Business, government, and military customers. For customer service needs on an existing order, press 1. To get a quote or place a new order, press 2. To return to the previous menu, press 3. If you're moving more than 50 miles, please press 1. If you're moving 50 miles or less, please press 2. If you need storage, either on site, please hold while we transfer your call to an agent.
Thank you for calling Pods. My name is Mike. Where are you calling from today?
Oh, sorry. Sorry about that. Just eating some chips here. Cool Ranch, actually. It's one of my faves.
I don't blame you.
I'm just basically was calling up, kind of get some quotes and kind of get some ideas. Just kind of had some questions about how the pods worked and, just kind of trying to get some info.
Sure, not a problem. So, have you actually ever gotten a quote online before?
I'd rather just speak to someone directly. I'm not the best with computers, if you know what I'm saying.
That's perfectly fine. In that case, why don't you tell me a little bit about the situation? I'll kind of see what I can do.
Well, basically, I was just kind of seeing how much a pod is, or if I could just up and right buy a pod. The size of the pod. I need the biggest one you got that's I can travel with, basically. Basically, what I'm trying to do here is I want to travel around on the pod. Someone else would be driving it, obviously, and it's kind of it's a challenge kind of thing. I'm gonna try and live inside of the pod while it's traveling nonstop for 672 days.
Oh, that's something that we can't actually do. So it's going to stay at storage locations. It's not going to be traveling constantly. It's just going to be like it'll go to your location. You can pack it up and then it'll go to a final destination, but it's just not going to be moving for 600 days.
Yeah, well, I know. Well, the thing is, what about just outright buying a pod then?
Unfortunately, can't do that just for branding reasons.
Okay, because we've got the money to do this. We've been planning this for quite some time now, and we're just trying to get all the quotes and get everything in line here, just to figure everything out. Right now, I kind of got a little extra money. I got a couple bites off the Bitcoins, and my uncle's helping me out with that. So I got a couple bites, got some extra cash. We're gonna make this challenge work. And we're gonna make this happen. So let's just say hypothetically, if I wanted to just keep it in one location for 600 days, roughly.
Do you know what you zip code of where you would want it?
Not exactly. I mean, it's gonna start I guess it'll stay around the 60515 area code.
Okay. And it would just stay at that location the whole time?
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Okay.
I mean, between you and us, or me and you, no one else, don't say anything else, but they won't know, if I get my own vehicle, throw it on there, start the challenge, 600 days, it's pretty much 2 years.
You are aware that you can't just move it with a car, right? It's pretty gigantic. And
oh no, I've got a flatbed truck.
You can't. We are the only ones that can move our containers.
I've got a lot of straps. I've got a flatbed. We've figured this out. We've been working this out. We just need the size detail.
No. I understand that you can physically move it, but you cannot. We will not allow you to move our container.
No one needs to know. That's the thing. It's just me and you on the phone right now. No one else needs to know.
Well, except we're on a recorded line, and we will need to find our container. You cannot move the container.
Oh. Well, okay, that's fine. We'll just keep it at one spot then.
Sir, I can't even, if that's honestly what you're planning on doing, I can't even run you a quote for it. Like you can't move the container yourself.
No, that's fine. We're just gonna go with the one spot. We'll just do a rough quote just to kind of get the idea, and then I can call back maybe. If that's okay. I mean, I'd like to kind of figure this out. I mean, we could, if you want to do. I mean, the money's really not an issue here. If that's what you're getting at, we can definitely make
nothing to do with money. You just, for branding reasons and liability reasons, you just cannot move the container.
How much can it hold?
Well, the larger one will hold 3 to 4 total rooms.
There's rooms inside of the rooms in the unit itself? Actual partition rooms?
No, it'll hold approximately that size. So it's 8 feet high by 8 feet wide by 16 feet long.
Okay, so I could have a little dining area, a little setup, maybe a little commons area, and then a little...
You can't live in the container. You can't do it.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah. It depends on how you're looking at it. We're all slowly dying, not really living, so, no, I mean, just rough. So we'll go with a bigger size. Go with the bigger
container,
size.
the delivery of the container would be $75.
Okay.
And then the monthly rental would be $164.99.
Okay.
And then the final pickup at the end would be $75.
That's not bad. That's pretty cheap. Cheaper than my ride.
I would agree.
Cheaper than my ride.
That's what I'm saying. I unfortunately cannot book this order for you because you're telling because of what you told me. I just can't do it.
No, we're not. I'm not finalizing anything. I'm not finalizing anything. I'm not telling you anything. I'm just saying hypothetically. I'm just comparing it. I mean, like I said, I understand we can't be having this thing moving constantly for the 600 days. That won't be an issue. We'll figure something else out, I guess. I mean, if we could directly, maybe we can work with Pod in general. I know pods are pretty hot right now with the Tide Pods going on. You guys want to sponsor us? Because this is going to be broadcasted internationally. So it's kind of a big deal. Like, we've got a lot of other people backing this up, a lot of money getting thrown into it. It's primarily, 2 years living inside of a box while it's moving around. Kind of one step at a time, so that's kind of another thing is we could have you guys as a sponsor. We could make this happen.
I mean, I understand what you're saying. Just our company policy is that we have to be the ones moving it, and you just can't fit inside the container.
Yeah, that's a shame. Okay, I mean, I feel like there'd be some pretty decent circulation too in it. Not too much light. You can't run power to the thing, obviously. Probably.
No, there wouldn't be any power to the container.
Okay, yeah, and is there any like kind of a porthole system just to get light in there?
I don't know what to tell you, man.
I don't know. I think we have some type of miscommunications going on.
You're asking me how do you set up lighting in the container? You can't.
Well, how are you going to see what you're doing in there? Hello? Sir, hello?
Moving in storage.